So you'll see me go like this, back and forth. All right, I guess I wasn't officially live on YouTube, so there we go. Again, work in progress. So let me start over. My name is Sam. This is the Viral Media Network vlog. It's episode 15. This is a work in progress. We are not perfect. I will try and get better every time. But basically, it's an opportunity for me to do more video on our YouTube page. And it's an opportunity to do more, talk about issues that are going on and have some suggestions and things like that. So thanks again. And let me give an example of something that I've just recently gone through, and it's a good lesson for everyone. One small mistake can lead to a lot of different repercussions from that. So what happened to me is I started selling my stuff on eBay, and I was using a similar template and then customizing it based on the item I was selling. And what had happened is there was a small typo in my email, and I wasn't careful enough to check that. And that email is connected to my PayPal account. And what happened is I had sold 3 items, and I had to go through this big song and dance about. I had to go through this big song and dance about how to delete the items and reestablish the listings in order to get paid for them and all this stuff. And meanwhile, the buyers, they've been very considerate during this time. But had I just checked that in the first place, and it's a very simple mistake, and I wasn't careful enough to check it in the first place, but that one little mistake, and it was just one letter typo in my email, and it threw the whole thing off, and it set up these repercussions. So you guys are all aware of being careful and being diligent and crossing your I's and dotting your T's, or dotting your T's and crossing your I's. Wait, no, dotting your I's and crossing your T's. So that's just a little lesson for that. And again, if you're just joining us, basically what happened is I had a small typo in my eBay email to pay associated with my PayPal account, and that was off on all my listings. And so I had recently made 3 sales, and I wasn't getting the payment. And part of that had to do with, okay, when you're a new seller, they hold your payment in PayPal a little bit, but it was going on, and I realized once I contacted eBay that, that was the mistake, and had I just found that first off, then we wouldn't have a problem. So just a little lesson there. One thing that I also want to work on for my personal growth is my phone use, being present. Been home a lot, and my wife, she's like, get off your phone, you're on your phone all the time, you need to be paying attention and be present in the moment. And I'm super guilty of that, and I need to work on that. So I got good advice. We talked about it a little bit. Got good advice from my friend Graham. So shout out Graham, Inner Purpose. We can check out his webpage. His YouTube. Maybe not today because I got some other stuff. But he does acupuncture he does it for humans, but mainly he focuses on pets and animals. So check that out. Holistic Healing is the name of his business. But he is basically like, it comes down to something in childhood that happened that makes you revert to that, whether it be when you were a kid, you played a lot of video games, and that was a safe place for you or whatnot. Regardless, I need to learn how to be more present when I'm here at home, when I'm with my family, when I'm hanging out with my baby, when I'm having dinner with my wife, when I'm having a conversation with my wife. I can be very guilty of just checking something real quick on Facebook and just like blocking off the conversation right away. So that's something that I want to grow on. And I think what I've been trying to do that I've gotten off of, I want to get back onto, is meditating. And I think meditating will help me work through that kind of subconsciously, and just being taking that time to meditate. And that actually has to relate to the video we're going to share. The Viral Media Network video we're going to highlight today has to do with meditation, because we did a video for a meditation person, Paul Bosky, out of El Guaya Meditation. But we'll get there. So I need to meditate more. I want to limit my phone use, and I also want to practice what I preach. A lot of things that I talk about here on the blog, well, it's a blog, it's a video blog, vlog, if you will. Um, Talk about personal growth. Talk about ways we can grow more in the garden, be more sustainable, and reduce plastic. All these lofty goals. I need to practice what I preach, and I have done that, but not completely. And no one's perfect, but it's just checking in and being like, okay, well, am I really saying all these things that I'm doing, or am I just spouting off and just trying to act noble? And I think a lot of that is going on now because we all want to be very productive during this time at the stay at home. Some of us are working from home. Some of us aren't working and trying to occupy the time besides just sitting on the couch. Um, so it's hard. It's hard to keep up with your daily routine. I've advocated showering all the time, every day, like you normally do if you would go to work. Brushing your teeth all the time, flossing all the time, taking your vitamins, which I actually have here, that I'm going to share with my vitamin regimen, and we'll do that in a sec. So, anyways, practicing what I preach. You guys will keep me honest with that. The next thing I want to talk about is, like I mentioned, reusable and reducing my plastic goals. So something I just got in the mail, and there's a link in the description here, is reusable Ziploc bags. These are made from silicone, and they're rewashable, just hand wash. You can't put them in the dishwasher or anything, but these are different sizes. I got these on eBay, and they got the Ziploc and everything. But they're reusable, and you don't have to keep using plastics. I mean, obviously this is made from plastic, but it's reusable, so you don't have to keep using Ziplocs and throwing them out. The other thing we got, and I'll show you pictures of maybe another day. I didn't take pictures today, but reusable trash liners instead of using plastic garbage bags. Using these reusable ones, and there's a link to that in the description as well. From Amazon. So that's something that I want to really. Hi everyone on Instagram. I got my phone here doing the Instagram live, and thank you for watching on YouTube as well. And hopefully this is forwarding to Facebook. I think it's forwarding to Facebook Live, but we'll see. So yeah, this company is called Glam Fields. I think it's just some random Chinese company, but yeah, reusable storage bags. They are PIVA and FDA certified, and they're BPA free, non-toxic. So that's really what it's all about. So, and then I'll share this again too. Reusable bags for when you're buying bulk and produce. These are all cotton organic bags, mesh bags that I'll share. I'd shared before, but so that's another goal. And then, as I mentioned, meditation. I'm also a big fan of lists. So having lists to do throughout the day, accomplish throughout the day, or ongoing lists like, I've got a list of, and holding yourself to those lists. So I think that's important. So that's kind of my opening thoughts. I want to get on to the topics of the day. So the topics of the day are basically what I've been thinking about since the last show yesterday. And we do this show every day live at 1 on our YouTube channel, live vlog, and we try to simulcast here on Instagram. Eventually, I'm going to sync these, so you'll be able to see, hopefully you'll be able to see the graphics on Instagram Live and Facebook Live, because there's this program called Restream that allows you to stream to multiple platforms. I'm, again, using the OBS software, Open Broadcast Service or System. Open Broadcasting System is a very, very robust software. And then, it gives you a stream key, and then you enter the stream key in to YouTube. But I don't believe you can do it with Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I might be able to. Maybe I should try it next time. But let's move on to our topics of the day. So the first topic, as we always do, is we want to shout out our essential workers that have been working throughout this whole time. And I know a lot of us have been working from home, but when we talk about essential workers, these are these people that have to go to work. Okay, again, we always think about the hospital workers, the doctors, the nurses, all the staff, the janitors, but also the social workers, postal workers, delivery workers, people in the food industry, people that grow and pick food. A lot of them are undocumented as well, that are out there and exposing themselves out there. Hopefully, they're keeping 6 feet distance from their coworkers and this kind of thing. But again, we want to thank you for putting yourselves at risk and continuing what you do. So thank you for that. And that's just a quick thing, but we always want to acknowledge that. It's very important to me to acknowledge that. So just take time out of your day to keep them in your prayers and blessings. And if you do come across them, make sure to really thank them for what they do. I think it's really important. So the next topic we want to talk about is, as I kind of mentioned, practicing what we preached. Because this came up as a topic on someone's Facebook thread, and basically they have 3 kids, and they were saying how, oh my gosh, all these people that are saying, oh, I'm going to make all these improvements because I'm stuck at home. Again, stuck. You should be in a place where you love coming home to. You're not stuck. You don't get bored at home, that kind of thing. And I need to work on that as well, because I love what we do. I love the dwelling that we've created, but sometimes, again, going back to that phone use, and I don't think they're necessarily correlated one-to-one. There's some other things going on that I need to work through, but she was basically saying, hey, like, I basically can barely make it through the day between working from home, trying to keep these 3 kids fed, all 3 meals, clothed, not pulling each other's hair out, yada yada yada. I don't have time to work on myself. I don't have, I just consider success having a normal day with everyone happy and no major catastrophes and not having to send anyone to the hospital, all this kind of stuff. So there's a lot of really interesting comments on that, and I made a comment to say, hey, well, first of all, some of us aren't working. So if you're not working, obviously you have more time. Some of us don't have kids. I have 1 kid who's very little, but it has been a really ebb and flow of working with my wife. And then luckily we have a nanny who's a relative. So we've kind of, quote unquote, put them at risk, not purposely, but, because we've already been in contact with them and, quote unquote, keeping them within the family. It's very limited contact. She's been able to help us out. But if we didn't have her, she hasn't come in the last couple of days. She only comes 3 days a week. So the days that she doesn't come, it's mixing the time that I have to work on this and other, excuse me for that, working on other stuff that I'm trying to do with Viral Media Network, as well as personal goals and selling stuff on eBay as part of a side hustle, to making sure my wife has enough time working. So she's been very gracious to give me this time. A lot of it revolves around her afternoon nap. She naps around this time, but I think I heard her. She just woke up. So basically, once I'm done with this vlog at 2 o'clock, I go and I work. I spend time with my daughter, and I can't really work during that time. So I totally understand her point of view, and I think that there is a difference, and especially with me, and I need to work on it. But I don't think it's bad to have lofty goals. I don't think it's bad to want to improve yourself and want to grow more food in the garden and want to make all these improvements, and not necessarily following through is one thing. But if you're trying, Rome wasn't built in a day. So if you haven't finished what you said you were going to do in a week, that's okay. If you just make small incremental changes, and I need to practice this as well. I'm not perfect, but this is something that you just continue to work on. And sometimes you take 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards, that kind of thing. So you just have to stay at it. Don't give up. A lot of what I'm trying to do is just trying to do what I didn't get to do, the normal stuff I didn't get to do on a day-to-day basis when I was working all the time. Keeping up with the laundry, making sure I stretched all the time, taking my vitamins, cooking home-cooked meals, not eating out too much, all this kind of stuff that we normally wanted to do, but this is an opportunity to really just do it. You know what I mean? So I'm not necessarily trying to learn a new skill per se. I'm just trying to improve on the stuff that I really should have been doing before. And to each their own. You know, if you have 3 kids and or 6 kids, that's your choice. As the same thing as people who choose not to have kids. So I think it's different for everyone, and I wouldn't judge yourself based on what someone else is doing. And that's really hard. That's really hard for me, especially in today's social media world when it's too easy to just have that FOMO, fear of missing out, or like, oh my gosh, this person is progressing way more than I am. Everyone has a different path. So just be proud of what you're doing, and take comfort in the fact that if you listen to yourself and follow really your passion and take the steps you need to get there, then you will be successful. And it's a marathon, not a sprint. The next, on to more positive stuff, the next topic of the day is the SBA, Small Business Administration. They're doing a special COVID-19 coronavirus loan. And what that is basically if you are a business that has been affected by the coronavirus, they will give a loan for you. I need to change this here. Stand by. Where is that website? Yeah. So here it is. I'm going to switch to it here. Sorry, I was just bringing it up here on the computer. So go to sba.gov, and then I'm just going to go to the main page just so you can see what it looks like because I already clicked through. So sba.gov, and then it'll right here at the top, it'll say, there's all this other information, but it'll literally say coronavirus, small business guidance and loan resources. So click here to learn more. And so there's all this kind of stuff. So there's there's different funding options. There's guidance, as far as like how to stay in business and all this kind of stuff. So local assistance. And then let's check out the funding options, because basically what my friend was saying is that our nation's small businesses are facing an unprecedented economic disruption due to the coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak. On Friday, March 27th, the president signed into law the CARES Act, which contains $376 billion in relief for American workers and small businesses. To learn more about the relief option available for your business, click here. So yeah, this is good information to check out. These are more guidelines for operating your business, but this is specifically about the loan. And I hear that there is, so here's some funding options. So there's a paycheck protection program. So there's different loans you can get. And this loan provides loan forgiveness for retaining employees by temporarily expanding the traditional SBA loan program. So this allows you to help pay your employees during this time. And the EIDL loan advance, it will provide up to $10,000 of economic relief to businesses that are currently experiencing temporary difficulties. So if you're directly affected by the COVID-19, your small business could get up to a $10,000 loan, free and clear. It's more of a grant, I guess you could say. And then this enables small business who currently have a business relationship with the SBA Express lender to access up to $25,000 quickly. So you already have to be in this SBA Express Bridge program, I believe, which I don't know too much about, but and then there's debt relief. So it's providing a financial reprieve to small businesses during the COVID-19 pandemic. So if you're already in a loan that you can't pay, this helps you with that. So that's some really good news there. I think if you are a small business, you should definitely check that out. So thank you to the Small Business Administration, and just in general, regardless of this pandemic, the Small Business Administration, the SBA.gov, and there's a link in the description again on this YouTube description. But they're a great resource for small business. There's also the SBDC.org. That's a small business development center. And I believe they were connected because that's kind of like the local chapter, SBDC, Small Business Development Center, and they're organized by county. So there's one for Alameda, there's one for San Francisco County, Santa Clara County, Contra Costa, yada yada yada. Definitely check them out. So that's that topic. So definitely utilize that if you can. If you're a small business. Now for me, since I'm a freelancer, but I technically run through since I technically run it through a small business, I might be able to qualify, but I don't. I'll have to check in on that. So that's that. And then the next topic, and I mentioned this a little bit yesterday, but I didn't test it out until today. The next this topic is you get free HBO for the month of April. Now it seemed as if it was a little bit of a ruse that they were just giving us certain tidbits. Like certain free previews, but you couldn't really delve into the HBO library. Turns out, again, you got to go to the Roku channel on your Roku, and it has a HBO playlist. So we watched Game of Thrones. Now we were late to the game. We didn't own HBO, so we didn't watch Game of Thrones, and we just were like, okay, well, it's too late. So we're finally last night, we're like, let's watch the first episode, and it was pretty awesome. But it said, okay, that's it. That's all we're offering, unless you want to sign up for the 7-day free trial through HBO Go or Now, as opposed to just watch it on the free Roku channel. But when the episode ended, it started doing that countdown to the next episode. You know what I mean? And we're like, okay, well, what's it gonna do? Because it says we only get this one episode. Well, what ended up happening is it really did go to the next episode. So maybe you can watch more than it's letting on. Give it a try. Tell me what you think. So that's really the topics of the day. What I want to share next is the good deed of the day. Now I learned about this I follow Tajay on Instagram. I actually follow his Rap Noir is his like thread for Tajay and what's connected through Souls of Mischief, Rap Noir, but Pro Intel Company is his design firm, and I believe he does real estate as well. Basically, what I want to share with you is he posted what his friend was doing. Now, his Instagram is Minimal Duck, but he also runs a company called Scent Wedge. So here's the link down here, and I put this in the descriptor. But basically, he has a laser cutter at his business. It's part of his business, and he's developed this mask because there's a shortage of masks. It's actually a face covering, right? He developed a way to do this, and I'm going to show you the video here. So let's watch this.
A face shield is used to protect medical professionals on the front line, and right now we have a serious shortage. A little over a year ago, I founded Scent Wedge. This is the reason I have a laser cutter in my garage. I designed this face shield to be easily fabricated, sanitized, and reused. And after a few iterations, I think it's ready for production. We're racing with time, so manufacturing has to be efficient. Traditional materials used for face shields are now locally depleted. That's why I'm using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of transparency.
So yeah, he just took this
rubber band and a sheet of acrylic. With this design, I can roughly produce 80.
So he laser cuts that piece, which is like the holder, and then he uses a piece of transparency and some rubber bands, and it makes some cheap masks.
So if you have a laser cutter, please make as many as you can.
So he's got the plans open sourced. So if you do have a laser cutter yourself, you can make them, take it upon yourself.
Please share this video so we can get more people involved.
So make sure you share this video. I sent the link in the descriptor. It's right here, scentwedge.com/together. And if you do have the means to if you do have a laser cutter, if you're in that type of business, design business, you have one of those, please get the plans. You can also sponsor face shields here. I think I'm going to donate some money and do that. And if you're a healthcare professional, please fill out this form. I believe that's a way if he's going to donate masks to you. And here's a disclaimer: the N95 mask is not included, obviously, but it's just the face shield. So I think I'm going to sponsor. I think I'm going to sponsor face shield. So yeah, so I'm going to check out what you're doing and support that. I won't do it live. I won't show you all my transaction details online, but definitely check them out. So again, that's setwedge.com/together, and that's the good deed of today. The next segment in this vlog is highlighting a YouTube video that Viral Media Network has done. This company that you're watching on this Viral Media Network, the company that I run. And today's video that we're highlighting is El Guaya meditation run by Paul Bosky. And because he taught me how to meditate, and I've been very bad at practicing that. But here's the video we made for him.
Meditation removes stress from the nervous system in a very
We shot this at Redwood Regional Park.
Some meditation practices are difficult and some are easy. And I really wanted to bring a practice that people could adopt in their daily lives. So the opposite of stress is rest. And so when we rest during our night's sleep, we eliminate some stress. When we rest very deeply during our meditation, we eliminate stress on an entirely different level. We actually eliminate stress that has been stored in our nervous systems for many, many years. And as a result, we actually can live a little bit happier because the stresses that we have in our nervous system are
So especially
impediments to our proper function. So you're not going to change your career or do a different life.
So it's very approachable, and the website is elguaya.org. I will put that in the description as well. I definitely wrote his name in. I wrote El Guaya in the descriptor, but I'm not sure if I put a link, so I'll make sure there's a link after I'm done going live when I'm editing the description. So that's the Viral Media video of the day. We talked about the act of kindness of the day. I think the SBA loan also is a little bit of an act of kindness as well. Next, we'll move on to other YouTube channels that I recommend. And today, it's my buddy Robin Applewood. Robin, if you're out there watching, thanks. Keep making your great videos. I'm going to share some of the stuff that you've recently done. He's a DJ. He's an event planner. He's a YouTuber. He makes these great videos. He made this great one about Bernie.
If we stand together, there is nothing that we cannot accomplish in the fight for economic justice, racial justice, social justice, environmental justice.
Billionaires try to stack the sacks, funding campaigns to redact the facts. Take our money.
I did not know that this. I thought there was more video in this one. I'm gonna share this one that he just did. This is a cool one that he just did.
Perched up on a hillside, waiting for my ride. Won't rush the time, watching waves roll by. Fill the life with running, could get me there, but it won't bring me here. My soul's on a journey, a flow that I can't fight. Tasted the fringes, in the darkness of the night. I met a spirit in the mirror, with a twinkle in its eye. Showed me the light, the strength that lives inside. And I look up to the stars. And I dig down to the earth. Holds my feet on the ground, and all around is the sound.
All right, so you get the idea. Make sure to follow him. You can see him right there, Robin Applewood. I put, again, his name in the description. So, and I apologize. I don't have a recipe of the day or a book of the day. I guess I could use one of these recipes here. When we recently bought Grey Poupon, so a jar of Grey Poupon, we have these recipes here. So maybe I'll post maybe I'll post one of these. But yeah, I just with everything else going on, I just didn't get to everything, and I don't want to. Oh wait, I am tripping because guess what? I've got Robin's info right here, and I forgot to put it up. There it is. Robin Applewood. So yeah, make sure to check that out. Robin Applewood. He's a musician, DJ, entertainer. His YouTube channel is awesome. So definitely check that out. That's basically it for the day. I also want to say I recommend some exercises that are scripture in there. 7 minutes of magic using some resistance bands like this are good. I've got a shoulder injury that I've been working on, and there's a certain technique that I've used to make that better. I put this against a pole, and I kind of do one of these things. Imagine this is like a doorknob or like a post, so that I go like this. Oof. Because there's something in that shoulder chest that I need to work out. So anyways, that's it for now. Make sure to join us tomorrow where we're live again at 1. We look forward to seeing you. We look forward to you joining our live vlog and us improving together. And again, I do want to remind everybody to make sure to continue with your daily hygiene, continue with your day-to-day stuff. I know it's sometimes tough trying to keep with the day-to-day when we're just doing kind of the same thing. We can't get out of the house as much, but go out of the house every now and again. It's okay. Just keep your distance from people. Don't go to crowded areas. If you see people congregating, don't necessarily call the police. You don't want to be a snitch, but use good judgment. Wear your mask when you can. Let's do this. I forgot to do this. I was going to do this. So this is my pill regimen, and I have them all here. So let me just do this on the way out. So here's what I take. I take a 1 a day, a Men's Health 1 a day. I take spirulina, I take flaxseed, and I take maca. And this is all listed in the description. So these green pills are spirulina. They're really good for you. It's a seaweed extract. Flaxseed oil has some really great benefits, and then the 1 a day, of course. Maca is a good for energy as well. So I'll get to more about what these pills are tomorrow. I wish I knew off the top of my head. So I'm going to take my pills. You guys have a wonderful day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, this is the 15th episode. The 15th episode of our vlog. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Like, subscribe, share, of course. And that's how you can follow us there. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm going to finish taking my pills. Until next time, till tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Peace and blessings.